Hi everyone, I'm JD, welcome back to my channel. So before I do a junk journal with me in this journal, I thought I'd just share how I'm using it. I finally started using it. I was having it on the shelf collecting dust because I was a bit paralysed. I didn't know if I wanted to use it as a 2019 journal, as a catch-all, or as a Happy Mail journal, a special journal. In the flip through of it, I was talking about my dilemma with that, and I'll link that flip through below if you missed it. And yeah, it just got to the point where I was like, I really want a journal, and I've got this journal made up, and I just got to do it and forget all that perfectionist thoughts and wanting to plan everything out and have it perfect and not ruin it. The value of a journal is just to use it as a tool, and I'm kind of embracing the whole journey and just seeing how my style develops in junk journaling. So what I've decided to do is a combination of all those things. It is a bit of a 2019 journal, a bit of a catch-all for special memories, so not just memories from 2019 but memories from throughout my life. So happy mails are in here too. Yeah, a bit of everything. And let's just do a little flip through of what I've done so far. Alright, so the first entry was on my cute little kitty, Keanu, just how he got his name and the first night spent with him. And look how small he is, there's my hand. And just to show you for scale, oh, he's adorable. And some packaging from the scratching post I got him, and some of his bowls. And then this page is dedicated to Johanna Klo and the zine that I got from her. This is the one that I've cut up and will use all these elements, the whole zine, in my personal journals, so to decorate the pages. And I do have one of these up for a giveaway. I did the buy one for me, buy one for a giveaway, and that's in the previous video, so I'll link that below if you'd like to enter that. And yeah, in the next video I'll do the junk journal with me on this page, where I fill out all these prompts that she has from one of her pages in her zine, so that will be fun to do that together. And then this is quite funny, I would see her have this pen in some of her videos and she would write with it, and it just looks so pretty on the table, and so I went out and bought one for me. This rose gold jewel pen, and I love it. It is so pretty. You know, I love jewels, and this massive jewel is just, it speaks to me. I adore it. So I did a little sample of it here and wrote, I got the same pen as her. And I love it. It's so pretty. And then over here, this is dedicated to the prize I won on Instagram through My Dear Charlie's giveaway. And I hope people aren't offended when I get something from them and take it apart, because this is just what I do throughout my life. I will take apart books, I will take apart my own journals and reuse elements in new ways for my own journal. So for this one I took apart the actual file folder journal that I won and pulled out some of my favourite pages to decorate this particular page. And I just love how it looks, and I'm always thinking about how the page works as a whole, so what page I'm putting it on. So this is the vintage page ledger paper, and because it was a vintage file folder journal I included it onto the vintage paper, so it locks in that vintage feel. And then I chose this, the blue worked well because this is a blue piece of ephemera or paper to work well to tie in there. And then I love how the writing, I did it in brown pen as well to tie in with a vintage look, and just documented about the prize. And I love it. I'm trying to get more into Johanna Klo's style of being more visual in my journaling. I'm such a person who doesn't like to take up space on the page because I want to use it all to write, just plain writing. But now I'm getting more into covering the pages, making them look pretty, collaging, and having that speak to me. And I'm really loving this journey. I'm getting more into just embracing that journey and seeing how my style develops and grows, and finding my style rather than getting frustrated because it doesn't look how I want it to look, or it doesn't look how other people's looks. I'm loving this journey now of just seeing how my own style develops. Because yeah, I'm not really a junk journaler, I'm just a straight writer. I'm just journal writing. because I'm really loving doing this now. This page, this is some packaging from a bunch of flowers that I was given. One of my friends, she sometimes joins me at work, and it's really fun because I work in the office alone. I'm the administrator at my church, and it's nice to have some company. And we go on our Monday stroll. She called it the Monday stroll, where I go to the bank and the post office and pick up supplies for the church. And she was just saying how she enjoyed the Monday stroll, and we were getting into deeper meaningfuls as well. And we were just talking about our goals for the year one time, and I shared that here, so that's fitting for the 2019 memory. My goal for the year being light, and always asking how can I best spread light where I am. And then she told me one of her goals for the year was to give a bunch of flowers to someone every week for the year. And later she came into church one day and she gave me a bunch of flowers, so I was the person she chose for that week. And so I just put that there to document that. And I ended up by saying how, about our deep and meaningfuls, and I love our deep chats. So over here, I already know what I'll be journaling about here. I was telling her about this podcast that I discovered, and just telling her all the things I was learning from it. And I love this podcast. It's my new favourite thing. So I'm going to just get the pieces of ephemera to make that more visual over here, and then I'll journal about that over that page, and I'll tell you about that podcast later. This page, so yeah, fitting in the pages, this is something I got from the op shop, and so this is dedicated to things that I got from op shops and my vintage hauls. So this is original page from that grammar book, that school book, that I shared in one of my hauls. I've scanned it all and will make that available digitally, and I will always have it for me digitally. I know I talk really fast. So I got the original here that I can journal on, and this is one of my postcards that I turned into digitals, which I know I'll get that into my shop eventually, but look how good it is. It came out really great. I love it, and this is one of my favourite ones, so I put that there. And I put the business card of the place that I got these postcards from, Butlers, and I'll journal about that here. And this is another little part where I took apart, well, not really took apart, it was the elements in it that I just took out, of Lisa's journal that I won from an auction where the highest bid who donated to charity for the Townsville flood relief would win the journal. And I won the journal. It was a blue butterfly journal. It was speaking to me, and I was so glad I won it. And I put my favourite pieces on this page to document this. The denim and lace page, and some of this strip of paper that I love, and I'll journal on here. And I turned the envelope, there was an envelope she included in a pocket, and I just cut it in half and turned it into a pocket in my journal. I love that. I love the interactive nature as well, trying to get more into that too, and more decorative pieces just to tie it in and kind of balances out with the blue. And I'll journal about that here. And then this one, I love it. Dedicated to my point shoes, and this is a business card of the place that I got them. And I took apart one of the freebies that Gina sent me when she sent me those 2 journals that I got for the giveaway, and one for me, one for the giveaway. And one of the things she sent was this like a pocket flipbook type thing, and I took out all the pages, and it was so fitting. I used 3 of them here. Music, because you dance to music. This one, it actually says dancer, this dictionary page, dance and dancer, so that is so fitting. And then this one says stitches, and I had to obviously sew my ribbons and elastics onto my point shoes, so I thought stitches, that's perfect. And that's actual ribbon and elastic from my point shoes that was left over. I love that. And then over here, I love this. This is the colourful rainbow page, because dancing, it's like an expression and like an explosion of colour. And that's how I see it, like pairing together. And then I will do a junk journal with me session on this page, because I'm going to go through this magazine, this dance magazine that I got, choose some of my favourite images, so amazing, and put them on this page, and then journal about my first point shoes on this page. This one here is dedicated to the Eco Silk bag. So this is more of a random one. So Johanna Chloe, she doesn't just do special memories in her journals, she does random things as well, just from her day-to-day life, like packaging from food and things, and packaging from purchases that she buys. And this one, I bought myself 2 Eco Silk bags. So the story of this is my mum bought me this one ages and ages and ages ago. And I really like it because it scrunches up so small, and yet you can fill it with so much. It's actually so deceiving how much you can fit in this. It's like a Mary Poppins bag. And I use these as my shopping bags. And a few years ago I bought myself another one for a beach bag, so to keep my beach towel and bathers and book and sunnies and, you know, sunscreen in. And then just this year I bought 2 more. One to use as a laundry bag, and I bought a teal one for that. My beach one is dark blue. And I bought a purple one for my ballet bag, so all my ballet gear goes in there. And that's because purple is the colour of our dance uniform. And yeah, so I can journal all about that there. And I thought it was so fitting to put it on this page because it's these rainbow colours, really pretty on the rainbow page. And this, I love this because it's actually cut out here so you can see through to the page. And it's fitting because it's like ocean, the blue behind it matches the blue whale water. All these details, I love matching all these things up. And this one, so I got this music notation paper from an op shop, vintage, and dedicated to my vintage haul, second-hand haul at the market fair. And I actually went twice, so that's fitting again. So one page can be for one visit, one page represents the other visit. And just some of the packaging and things, labels of things that I bought, some of the napkin that I bought in a packet, the flyer. This was from the bag that my purchases were put into, so I just cut out the words and made it into a pocket. And here is my blue butterflies. And 3 is my second favourite number. And yeah, I could go into more details, you know, 5 is part of my favourite number, 15, blah blah blah. And this, I was going to put in the original of this postcard because my favourite one, I love this beautiful dress and she's wearing silver shoes, it's just so pretty. But I couldn't bring myself to put the original in here, even though I've scanned them all and turning them into digitals. But this is one of the ones I scanned and printed, so I will document all of this on that page. This is my kind of Tony page because she sent me this digital, and this is her tie-dye page, and this is her thank you note for my purchase of her rainbow pages. And this one, I kind of just put this here because I loved this blue butterfly bag. I can't believe like how quite attached I was to a possession like a bag, but it was very meaningful to me, and I'll journal about it here, how I bought it just before I moved to Bowen, and it lasted me years, and I took it to the beach, and it just made me happy because of the design. I actually already had stuck this into my traveler's notebook, and that's what I mean. I take things out of my journals, and I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but that's my constant problem in my life. I will make a journal, or I'll have a journal and stick things in it and it's done, and then when I get my new journal I'll take that old journal apart because I want to commemorate it in my new journal. It's ridiculous. So I've done that countless times. So the next journal that I get, I'll take apart that journal that I did previously, and it'll just keep going like this cycle where I keep taking the previous one apart and putting it in the new. And I don't know why, like I guess it's down to my wanting to document things in a certain way. So this is my special memory kind of journal as well as my catch-all 2019, and I thought it was better commemorated in this journal than my traveler's notebook, which is more of a random journal. So I wanted to give this more prime place in this journal. If that makes sense, if anyone can relate to that, let me know, because I feel like I'm the only one who keeps taking apart my finished journals. Anyway, this one is dedicated to the annual walk that I take my niece and nephew on. This is the 3rd time we've done it. It's so fun. I take them to the bakery and buy them lunch and something sweet. We go to the school and eat our lunch at the school and play on the playground, and we take photos at certain landmarks each year. And this one was the playground, so we always take a photo in the playground, and we always take one at the tree where we sit on the grass and make daisy chains. And then we go to the footy oval, and then we have the sweet thing at the playground there, and then we go hunting for the bottle caps, and each year we lay them out and see which ones, like it's like a demographic study. What drink was most popular this year? Because we literally pick up every bottle cap we can find, and it accumulates for the whole year, so you get to kind of see what people were drinking that year, and this is just our favourite ones that we found. This commemorates my last night of my first trip to Melbourne, where we painted each other's nails, and it was just such a fun night, singing songs. It was like a party atmosphere, and this documents the songs of that trip. Eye of the Tiger was our song. We would sing it at the top of our lungs while we were walking down the street and in the house, and another one was Shotgun. We would sing that one together too. I love how this page turned out. It's really new to me because, again, like, I'm covering up all of this writing space, which usually I'm like, no! But this page, I've pretty much covered up the entire page just to make it visual and to have these memories pop out at me. And I really like it. I do like it. I'm getting more used to doing this. And this one's so special because it commemorates my grandpa's, my kitty is just stretching in his sleep and screeching. Anyway, he's rolled over and he's fallen back asleep. So this one over here is my grandpa, his handwriting, and it's a scanned version of it. I couldn't bring myself to put the original in here. This is something my sister-in-law gave me from her grandma. So real vintage stuff. And this is a scanned image of the cover. And this is an original because there were quite a lot of pages in it. So I could use an original and put it on the page. And I think that's just, the family legacy is just represented here. And I'll put a picture of my grandpa's typewriter that I was given from my dad. So I love it. I'll probably put that there. And this is a doily from my grandma. She loved to embroider and crochet, and this I'll put probably here. I don't know. And then I'll journal in whatever space I can find. But how visual is that? I love it. This one, my sister-in-law gave me a whole bunch of books that I could use in junk journaling. So one of them was this flower book, and I chose a fuchsia picture to put on this page because when I was a kid, fuchsias were one of my favourite flowers, and it reminds me of my home, my childhood home, where we had flowers, well, fuchsias, so I can journal all about that in the blank space here. So really, I think this is one of my favourite pages in this whole journal so far. Now my Bonnie pages. So I've dedicated 3 pages to Bonnie, and this page is from her coffee dyed paper, so that's why it's on here. And so this is just some fabric, some lace and some fabric that I love from her that she sent me that I just adore, and it makes me think of her. And then this one, this fabric is my favourite fabric of all time. I don't know why, but it just speaks to me. It's that transcendent thing. It just speaks to me of beauty and does something to the inside of me where my soul just goes, I love that, and it makes me happy. So I'm just going to dedicate this whole page to this fabric and journal about it here. And then this one, I have got a dingo stamp that she sent me, and I will put my dingo picture here and document about my favourite animal. This is a picture that I scanned. It's one that I've got on my wall. Love dingoes. And one of her little heart envelopes to represent Bonnie, and of course a candy bag to represent Bonnie. And this picture, she sent me this too, and while the picture itself doesn't really do anything for me, I love that it's like in and of itself, but the fact that it's a blue dog, that's what speaks to me, because everyone had their favourite soft toy growing up. Usually it's a teddy bear, but for me it was a blue dog, and I was super attached to this animal, this animal, gosh, this toy. I still have him, and I couldn't love him anymore. I adore him, so I'll never ever part with him. And I'll put him on a journal card and stick him in this bag to go with that memory. So that's why it's not just a 2019 journal. It's capturing some real heartfelt memories to me in this journal, which makes it so special. And I haven't done that before in a journal. Usually I've just done my 2017 or 2018 journal. but this is a combination of all that. So I'm going to put you there just to remind me, and let me put you there as well just to remind me to put you on the page. And then over here, this is my Denise page, matching it up over here because this is from her, this ledger paper, and the blue, because it's my favourite colour, and she sent me a lot of blue stuff, and it commemorates the journal that she made me. So these are just like swatches to remind me of the journal. And I can write on this because it's lined as well. And I included this piece from the journal because it she was saying it reminded her of me or made her think of me, and I just like the flowers, and then she's smiling and the blue flowers in her hair, and I can journal on the back. This one, I'm so proud of this page spread. Actually, this is one of my favourites too. It rivals that other one. This is from Tina and her happy mail that she sent me, and the pieces that she sent me are so meaningful to me. The song of the Willow Fairy, I mean, come on, Willow Bound Journals. Willow, the willow that I had at my childhood home, and all that significance. So I'm going to have to put a picture of the willow on this page somewhere. And this song too, like the peaceful stream, I dance, and dip my toes into the stream. Like this poem just speaks to me, like dancing and peacefulness, and I love water and this scene, and oh, it just speaks to me in so many ways. And then over here she sent me a whole bunch of glassine bags, so I covered the whole page. Again, really out of my comfort zone doing this, but I love how this page turned out. So I put in this page from the Velveteen Rabbit that she sent, and this book, it meant quite a lot to me when I read it. I only read it once, but it was so touching and moving to me. And so I'm going to journal about that here. I feel like it's one of those books though that if I read again, I'll be like, why did that mean so much to me? And then here, it's the first time that I've ever used cheesecloth. I'm so excited. She sent me some cheesecloth, and I just love how effective this looks. So simple, but so effective. And I cut out this piece from the scrapbook paper she sent, and it just captures everything. Butterflies, postcards, vintage, writing, flowers, blue. Oh my gosh, all in one picture, me. And I inked it around the edges as well to add that little bit of interest, and just love how it turned out. And it continues on because she sent glassine envelopes too, and the particular things that I wanted to capture in her page spread were the things that I loved that spoke to me, and one of them was the Edith Holden pages, and I didn't want to use too much because I want to use the full pages in my journal, but I just cut out this one that's really pretty about the words that spoke to me: angel, embroidered, radiance, gossamer, gold, God, gems of light. Like, such beautiful words, beautiful words. So I'm going to stick that here, I think, make it a pocket, put in a journaling card and something behind there. And I think I'm going to dedicate this to the RAK that I was sent, which was anonymous, that I received this year. And then over here, this page is dedicated to Gina and the journals that I bought from her for the giveaway, and one for me to keep, and the freebies that she sent me. So these are elements from that pocket flipbook thingy that I just decorated the page with. See, again, I covered the entire page and had to use other things for writing space. So the fabric that I love that she sent, I took this out of the journal that I kept for me, that one, and just, it says remember. Perfect, because a journal for me is all about capturing memories and just writing about the winner of the giveaway journal. And this little card that was also sent in her little freebies, beautiful vintage with the blue flowers, love it, and her thank you card. So that is as much as I've done, and that's one signature. I still got a lot to do to finish the writing, and there's some blank pages still that I can fill up, but I'm pretty impressed with how it's looking so far. And I'm thinking, because it is more of a special journal, I may end up with the challenge, the Blue Butterfly Challenge, the things that come in with that, I may end up using it in this journal, because I feel like it's just full of special, meaningful things to me, and I could put the blue butterflies, blue flowers, and blue birds in this journal. I'll link below that video too of the Blue Butterfly Challenge if anyone is interested in that and being part of this journal, or part of the Blue Butterfly journal that I make. Maybe I can do both. Depending on how much comes in, I could put some elements in here and some to make the Blue Butterfly journal itself. So yeah, alright, well that is a little flip through of how I finally started using my journal, and I'm so loving it. I'm loving it more than the 2017, 2018 journals. If I remember, I'll link below the flip throughs, the completed flip throughs of those two journals as well, and you'll be able to see how my style is much more different in this journal. It's much more visual, much more pretty, much more dedicated to special things, and I guess, yeah, I needed those other two journals just to get me used to junk journaling, and now I'm getting more advanced in my journey, I suppose, and learning how to collage a page and learning not to worry about covering a page and taking up writing space, because there's always ways to add writing space and adding interactive elements. I still want to get more, get better at that as well and do more of that. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the journey and seeing how this is coming together and seeing how my style develops. So yeah, alright, well in the next video, let's do a junk journal with me with this page here, and I'll try to film some other junk journal with me as I fill up this journal. Alright guys, let me know what you think, and would love to read your comments about what you think about this journal, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!